the complete inspection report prepared during the construction of this building. Here it is, 55 pages. I've gone through it carefully a couple of times, and there is not one item related to waterproofing. And I believe this is at the root of the problem, that too often the waterproofing responsibility falls through the cracks. 55 pages that clearly they did not seal this building properly. Water was able to seep in. It shouldn't have been able to seep in, and water can do great damage over a short period of time. I learned that years ago. It's amazing. I mean, a lot of people are dumbfounded that a building that's less than 10 years old could have this much damage in such a short time. But that's what water can do when it gets into wood and is allowed to, over time, deteriorate that wood. Within years, it can destroy it.
Mostly because I'm Irish, number one, and I also identify with the students, I guess, because my own daughter went on a study work away as well. And it's a parent's worst nightmare. And I just wanted to pay my respects here today to the students that lost their lives tragically, and to the ones that are injured. Right now, the only thing I'm going to say is that this should never have happened in Berkeley, of all places, but my sympathies are just for the family right now. I'm just thinking about the families, nothing else.
We know that there's deep grief and sadness and anger and frustration at this terrible loss. We also know that there's likely to be feelings of guilt, particularly for the 30 students who were at the party who weren't injured. There's feelings of disorientation, consternation of experiencing all of this in a foreign place, in a land that's not your own. So where do you find the support when the places that you would normally go for support are thousands of miles away? So how can we be that community support for folks we know that need it, and yet who aren't in their home? So how can we kind of create pseudo-home for them to be able to deal with the beginnings of the grief that will go on? But in this initial crisis stage, how can we help?